So, Nick. I mean, Cav, I have played a lot of Mario Kart. Like, as much as I played Splatoon, I played a lot more Mario Kart in the last few years. Dan, that was a bad run anyway. So, okay, what's changed between last time and now? Well, there's actually a couple of things. So first of all, I figured out the first corner. What you'll see me doing is going sort of relatively wide, releasing my mini-turbo early, and then waiting a bit before I go into a drift. Reason for that is because if you do it right, you actually get a ton more speed when you do that. And you also get a really good angle for going through the corner, so like you brake less and you go faster, so it's significantly better than what the world record does. Which is sort of just, like, he doesn't do it badly, but he also doesn't do it super well. So like right there I didn't have to brake at all, but I sort of did because reasons. The second thing is a fast glider, so you'll see me sort of doing hops at the start of the glider, and the reason is because I'm trying to use a setup. Actually, I want to rewatch that because, basically I found a setup that lets me actually get the fast glider with some amount of consistency, and that is what I'm currently using to, try and go for the sub. So, in this record, I think I get 2 fast gliders on laps 1 and 3. But lap 2 is an absolute mess, so, yeah, like, lap 1 and 3, I don't think lap 1 is the best split, but lap 3 definitely is. Lap 3 was a .161 or something. Actually, I got an NKTV replay of this. So you can sort of see that, like, I just sort of shoot straight into the glider. So what causes that is, if you're, like, at the very top of a... Like, when you hop, like, at the very top of your trajectory, and you hit the glider panel, it sort of thinks that you've gone over it, so it just immediately puts you into glider speed. And yeah, like this second lap was absolutely terrible. As for the Mario Kart 8 community, it's not great. Like, at all. It's sort of... Basically what's happened is, it's sort of the opposite of the Splatoon community, where all the, like, chill people left because there were too many shitters. So now it's just a community full of people being dicks. So I'm not a big fan of it. I really hope that wasn't just an absolute fluke run. Because if it was, then I'm going to be very sad. Alright, that right there, look how fast it was compared to my Ghost. Like, my Ghost did that well, and that's a 0.5 first lap. Right? Like, I lose all my time right there, but I'm still on pace for a 0.5 just because of how fast that section was. Also, I'm going to start going on the outside of the anti-gravity there. Yeah, see, it's still a... Like, I'm 0.1 behind because of that fucking fast glider. No, Cav, it's more like, How would I put it? Splatoon shitters aren't the same as Mario Kart shitters. Are there any other tracks I want to get good at? Probably Crown Might Slide. Or Grumble Volcano. Yeah, see, like, that's really slow, and you can see how fast my Ghost just goes, like, straight past, and... Yeah. So, going on the outside of the spinner, I, at one point, said that that was a really bad idea, and at the time it was. Now, though, it's actually slightly faster to do what I did there. Not going to the wall, that is, but, like, it's slightly faster to go on the outside of the spinner because you get sort of a lower trajectory. Yeah, okay, so this setup isn't quite as good as I thought. It's sort of a cross between the old Rainbow Road fast glider setup from Mario Kart 8 and just sort of a thing that I came up with. In fairness, I'm still kind of trying to figure out if I can get a better one, so I might do 3 hops here. Yeah, okay, so 3 hops is probably too much. If I do 3 hops from further back, it's probably going to fuck me up, so... So that was too early. close. I'm testing the setup at the moment, so I'm not really going for runs. Of course, if I get the setup and all that, it'll be great, and I'll probably go for another run, but... like, if I get this setup, world record is not just free, but, like... well, not just possible, but sort of free, because... oh, there we go. So that was a really awkward way of doing it, but that was a fast glider. You sort of see how weird it is, how, like, you sort of go into the glider, and you're just instantly at max speed. Okay, that was bad, yeah. So, what I'm looking for on that first corner is release mini-turbo, wait for just a little bit, hop, and then have, like, a really wide swing to the right. Which is... the swing is caused by this really weird physics quirk with drifting in this game. Like, if you hop and land just as you tap the left left on the stick, you actually swing really far out to the right, but you keep a lot of your speed, and that's, like, a way to get high-level mini-turbos on shorter corners. But it's also a really good way of getting good angle here, so... so you can sort of see, like... I got the angle, but not the speed. So that was sort of unfortunate. That's the other problem with the outside thing. That. Like, you see, I just sort of flew past my ghost. I didn't get the coins, so this is like a dead run even if I get the fast. Well, okay. So that's a fast glider. Okay, so that's a 6 coin lap. So I probably lost about 0.2 just from coins alone, and that's already a 0.5. Alright. Inkling Girl is probably the best character for Rainbow Road, yeah. She's certainly up, like, top 2. Like, there might be... it might be, like, one weight class either side that's slightly better. Actually, originally it was just because I could, but it turned out that Inkling Girl with a meme combo was actually the best combo here, so... like, to begin with, I was using Inkling Girl on the Wiggler with roller wheels, because, like, all 3 of those things are memes. But then it turned out the roller wheels and Inkling Girl are actually really fucking good here, and Wiggler is also really good here, just not quite the best. So, then I tried another meme, which is the Biddy Buggy, and... as near as I can tell, it is actually the best vehicle for this track. So, Rainbow Road is a complete fucking meme. And it was entirely unintentional. Like, this is just one huge fucking coincidence that the meme combo that I decided to pick to troll people on fucking 200cc time trials is actually the best combo for fucking Rainbow Road, which is the one track that I decided I was going to go for. I don't play online, so... No, that's not a fast glider. Not at all. It was a little bit late breaking that. How many times did I just say mean? Enough that it sounds weird. You can sort of see how high I went there, and that's sort of why I'm losing time from going on the inside of it. And yeah, basically the way they nerfed speed builds was, they changed the way that you accelerate to max speed in a mini turbo. It's not like instantaneous like it used to be. Well, not instantaneous, but... I love how the Splat Buggy is called the cartoon. Like, oh, it's called the cartoon in, like, France and Germany or something. It's great, because it's just sort of come full circle. Like, the name Splatoon is sort of a play on, like, cartoon as well as other things. Oops. So now, the kart called after, named after Splatoon, which is partly named because it's like cartoony, is now called the cartoon. No, too early. Quads never sucked, dude. Pipe frame was always... sorry, not pipe frame. The wheeler was always top tier. Oops. I should probably just, like, actually pay attention, rather than looking at chat constantly. Whee! No. Gross. Hmm. I have another idea. Oh, what the fuck? No. Got my angle fucked up because of that weirdness on the glider. I think it isn't that bad. Isn't even the same weight classes like King Boo? Because King Boo actually has some decent times. Okay. Alright, I don't know how much time I lost from not having boost for a little bit, but... The main problem with the setup that I have been trying is that there's a little bit of time where I'm not actually doing anything. And as a result, it's kind of tricky. It's like, the problem with just hopping is even though it works just fine, it's very hard to time it. Because you don't have a reference point or anything like that. However, the point where I released on Mini Turbo is very, very consistent. After the shroom, that is. So if I base when I hop on the, like, Mini Turbo release, then I can sort of trace the setup all the way back to landing from the trick, which is basically the same spot and same speed and same angle and all that every single time, no matter what, so... By doing it that way, it's much more consistent, and I can hopefully get a decent run. Okay, that was too early. Wow, I just fucking didn't get a mini turbo somehow. Have I tried lots of combos? Yes. I've tried quite a few. I've tried every character with a lower weight class than Inkling Girl, a couple of the characters with high weight classes. I've tried basically every, like, kart body, if that makes any kind of sense. No, I'm fucking regressing. And I've tried, like, the leaf wheels as well. So far, all I can say for sure is that the roller wheels are absolutely the best wheels for this track. The Biddy Buggy is probably the best kart, and Inkling Girl is... Oh, what the fuck. Inkling Girl is either best or second best character, or character class. What's wrong with the meta in this game? you can still run high-speed builds, you just need to play a very different way, where you go for the, like, smallest number of mini-turbos. Like, if you watch the Warriors Goldmine world record, I actually did a run with this combo on Warriors Goldmine that had very similar lap times. Not quite as good, obviously, because, you know, but the world record on Warriors Goldmine is basically a guy running a heavy combo, and he just sort of does blue mini-turbos around every corner. And then just aligns himself really well. There's no, like, dumb shit with pink mini-turbos or anything like that. I think that was a fast glider. I just want to get a couple more runs past this point for a little bit. Oy. I mean, in fairness, if you want a top 10 in the first couple of days of the game, all you need to do is, like, put more than a few minutes into a time trial, and you will probably get it. Yo, holy shit. Yeah, so that's a problem. You can kind of see what I'm going for, though, like, if you go on the outside, you go a lot lower, so you land sooner and you have your mini-turbo released sooner, and you can quite often get the same, like, hop boost that you would from going high. It's just that you also stand a much bigger chance of hitting a wall going off. Like, you have a much smaller fault tolerance. Like, if I equal my lap 1 and 3, and then just get a decent lap 2, I will basically get world record and probably sub. But for me to do that, I need to hit three gliders. 3 fast gliders, which is a lot easier said than done. Oops. Am I running Pro Controller? Yeah. I actually figured out how to, like, play the game without killing my hands. All I need to do is just use the bumper instead of the trigger for drifting. Oh yeah, dude, they should totally make it so that, like, King Boo is invulnerable to all, like, shells and whatnot, because he's a ghost. That wasn't bad, I don't think. Maybe it was. Oops. Oh no, Koopa Troopa being affected by shells makes sense, because, like, have you played the Mario games? Like, you knock a shell into a Koopa and they fall over. I was going for the fast swing out there. Sub Bubbles. Is PD in Mario Kart 8? No. Pretty sure he's only in Double Dash. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? I can't tell if I was a fast fighter or not. It looked like it might have been. Oops. Alright, I might... no, I just need to figure this fucking... I need to figure this fucking glider out. Like, I'm close to a setup. I know I'm close to it. I just need to actually, yeah, figure it out. Considering that, like, what? Three nights ago, I think. I hit like 3 in the entire session. Yeah, I think Wii's probably still at least the most competitive, or the most conducive to competition. Like, 7 you didn't have... 7 you were stuck playing 4v4. 8 you've got terrible items. And the ones before that, again, you're sort of stuck in 8-player land. So... Can you actually set teams in this game's battle mode? Because if you could, that'd be kind of fun. Oh shit. But yeah, like, Mario Kart Wii just had the right setup for a competitive game. A competitive Mario Kart game. It's still not something I'd really, you know, consider to be the epitome of competition, but... Like, you actually had team play elements and all that in it, so... Oh, nice. But yeah. Like... The game was really chaotic until you actually learned how to play it properly. And then you were like, oh, right, you're not supposed to... Like, the reason I get a million thunderclouds is because I keep fucking cycling items in 3rd place, which is a dumb idea. And all that. Oh yeah, MKDS is competitive, but like, that's more of an FFA kind of thing. Like, you play MKDS online for, like, playing solo against other people. Like, the main problems with Mario Kart Wii are just in the people who play it, really. And I'm not meaning that as like a people are dicks kind of thing, I'm talking more about the, like, the way hacking has kind of killed everything. Like, when hacking accusations were being thrown around all the time, it was like, well... Most people don't hack. Like, even, especially the, like, really competitive players. Like, no doubt there were hackers, but like... Anyway. The problem was that because there was no real way to discern who was hacking and who wasn't, like, you were kind of fucked. If you knew how to manipulate the item system really well, which is something that I spent a lot of time learning how to do, then you get called a hacker, because as far as the end result's concerned, you still get the same, like, items as a hacker. When you just know the item system really well, and you know, like, when to go for items and when to avoid them and all that. And when you have, like, a good team who, like, gets bolts for you and all that sort of thing. So, like... And then, because of that... Like, you only need one good race at the start of a GP to get, like, 50 points, right? Because once you're in the lead and you're front-running, the game's a lot easier. And a lot more consistent. Oops. Zero hacking in Winfei? I'd like to believe that. Oops. Somehow I doubt it, though. Yeah, Mario Kart Wii had this weird grading system as part of the 3-star thing. Like, I remember actually testing it way back in the day. Like, 2008 sort of thing. I think all that I found out about it was, like... if you drove in the middle of the track, you tended to get higher ratings. So... yeah, I think Nintendo seems to rely on security through obscurity, which is, not a great idea. Oh, what the fuck? Like, the way you make a secure system is you set it up so that you assume the person who's attacking your system knows absolutely every single detail about the system aside from, like a private key or something like that. And then you set up audit logs, or auditing mechanisms, so that if something does happen, you know exactly how it happened and what the, like you have intrusion detection systems, you have intrusion prevention systems, like, all that sort of stuff. You don't fucking assume that nobody's gonna plug a fucking USB into some, like, inactive port on the fucking, like, 3DS or whatever. I don't know how exactly people found this stuff. Stop talking. Oops. Oops. Do I just not like online? Well, no. Orange, that might have actually been me who tested, yeah. Like, I don't know about the certain time thing, because, you could definitely get 3 stars with slow times. I think it was, like, you had to get a certain time, but it also allowed for the fact that you might get blue shelled or lightning or something like that. And yeah, like, you couldn't drive on off-road, but what they counted as off-road was very arbitrary. So, like, I think, on Peach Beach, for example, the off-road, like, all the sand technically counted as off-road. So, like, I was consistently getting 3 stars on, like, whatever cup that was, like, Shell Cup, I think it is, by just going on the very far outside part of the track. And, like, driving on that fucking, the cobblestone. I don't know if it was me. I'm sure other people did the same kind of research as me. Like, the game sold fucking 30 million copies or some shit, so I'm sure there was at least one other absolute fucking nutcase who took it upon themselves to do that kind of research. Also, at this point, I'm not really going for runs, I'm trying to figure out setups. Okay. I probably should finish these runs so I get coins. Do I have a homebrewed Wii? Yes. I am one of the few people who got permabanned early on. When hacking was just sort of becoming a thing. So, like, the for the loss hacking was becoming a thing because, like, I basically started it. But yeah, I got permabanned for that, so I actually had to hack my Wii in order to play online. Oh, they did change item balance. You can get bombs in first now. Isn't that great? I bonked the fucking thing. Taco rather. That wasn't what changed the meta. The meta's changed because of some changes in the physics. So, like, not just making hopping not work, but also the way you accelerate to max speed and all that. No, I'm fucking going too early still. Am I serious about what? About bombs in first? Because, yes, I am serious about bombs in first. That is a thing that you can get. It's actually great. I like that change. I'm like, not even bamboozling. I actually like that change. Like, you can't just drag it behind you like you can with most defense. And it also means that you have a legit trade-off between getting a hit on second so that you get a bigger lead, versus going for a, like, trying to protect yourself against red shells and whatnot. Which you didn't have before. You just, like, you had no choice but to put every single item of defense that you got into defending yourself. Like, you couldn't really trap in the original. Which is sort of why Mario Kart Wii is so popular, is because front-running in Mario Kart Wii actually has a lot of depth to it. It, like, uses the entire system, the entire game's systems. You have to drive fast, and you have to play really smart. You have to understand where the enemy, like, where the guy behind you is likely to be moving, and, like, where he's going to predict that you're going to put traps down and all that sort of thing. In Mario Kart 8 there was absolutely none of that, and that's why it was so boring. Plus, like, your race could be over in lap 1. Like, okay, so for people who have no clue what I'm talking about, at the start of Mario Kart 8, for probably the first... up until the end of 2015. 2015, right? Or 2014? 2014. When did Mario Kart 8 come out? It was 2014, right? Anyway. I led Team Imperious, which is why you see the I am at the start of my Ghost's name there. And Imperious was the best team in the world, like, easily. I was a contender for one of the best players in the world as well. Like, I was, like, in the top 5 easily of best Western time trialers, of whom, like, the other, I think 4 of the other 5 were also in Imperious. So, like, we just had an incredibly talented lineup. So, like, it wasn't as though I was bad at the game. What was happening was, I or, like, someone would get into first, right, and they'd be actually really fucking good. And on maps like Bone Dry Dunes, where a lot of people sucked, that was fine. Like, I could get, like, a 15-second lead on that track, just because I knew how to drive and other people were hitting walls and shit. But then, once everyone else caught up, like, they still were behind us on, like, player page rankings and all that, but everyone else caught up enough that our speed difference didn't make any, like, didn't really change things. Like, we were still way faster than them and more consistent and all that, but for the most part, we couldn't just, like, get a breakaway on our lines alone, because you look at, like, the top 10s, for example, on Mario Kart 8, and they're probably, like, there's probably a second between 1st and 10th, and then, like, beyond that, the times get even more compressed, so it's like, there's only really going to be that 2 seconds difference. Which, like, if you get hit by one item, that difference is gone and then some, you know? And so that's why you need something like Mario Kart Wii's system, where you like, the way Mario Kart Wii's front-running works, like, I was terrible at Mario Kart Wii time trials. I was shit slow, and, like, I was using fucking 2009 strats, in 2015, or not 2015, 2013. But if I got into first, I could get a 25-second lead just by using items really well. And I'm actually not kidding about 25 seconds. I played in a, I played in some worldwides where I would get into first and actually make half the room, like, not finish because of the 30-second rule. Just because I put so many fucking, like, bananas and shit on the track that second place would just constantly be getting hit. And because they'd get hit, like, they'd fall back, third place would take second, they'd get hit, they'd fall back, and so on, and I'd just keep going and not get hit. So... And then, like, you look at the actual top Mario Kart Wii players who could do both. Like, they were fast and really fucking good with items. And they were just incredibly hard to beat. Like, it's not like Mario Kart 8 where you can be, like, reasonably decent at the game, and all it takes is a blue shell or something, and the guy in front of you is, like, is easy, is free. Or, like, red shells or whatever. Yeah. So that was why Mario Kart 8 was boring online, and why it will continue to be. But at the same time, the battle mode has none of those problems, and it seems to actually be good now, so yeah. Oh, what the fuck was that? Dude. Oh, come on, dude. Epsilon, I wonder if that's, like, because of the double items or something. Maybe someone dodges in the back and has lightning in the second box. think I was a bit late on that. Dude, fucking drift. Oh, mini turbo rather. Oops, too tight. Still trying to get the angle right on the last corner there. Oops. I probably shouldn't be restarting these. Who has world record? Nick. Same guy as always. I wasn't actually going to go for it again just yet, but the run that I'm playing against right now, like the ghost that I'm playing against, actually has splits. The lap 1 and 3 splits are better than the world records. It's just the second lap has a really, really bad series of mistakes. And for those who missed the explanation earlier, the reason I'm sort of restarting a lot more often is because there's a couple of key tricks that I need to hit in order to get a good time here. And one of them is the fast glider. Which that was not a fast glider. So there's a glitch, I guess you could call it a glitch, in the original Mario Kart 8 that has sort of not been fixed, which is that if you hop in such a way that, like, the peak of your hop is directly over a glider panel that goes into a cannon, so, like, what we see in Rainbow Road here, then if you, like, you will immediately accelerate to the cannon speed without sort of the animation of going into the glider and doing a backflip or whatever the fuck. So you can sort of see there's like a slide before I go into the cannon. where the glider comes out and then I go up to max speed. And this is going to be the thing, yeah. Oh, will I only time trial 200cc? Yeah. But basically, if you get this fast glider trick, you instantly accelerate to max speed in the cannon before your glider actually comes out. So it's significantly faster. It's not as much faster on 200cc as it is on 150, but it is still quite fast. So like that was faster, but that's not a fast glider. That was a fast glider, right there. So you saw I just sort of hopped straight into the glider and I was immediately at max speed. I also passed my ghost. I think I know why I'm not getting the fast first corner as well. I've started holding right again. No, that wasn't the run. Even if I get a personal best, even if I'm on pace rather for personal best, I'm probably not gonna want to keep runs like that. Because, like, my lap 3 in this run, that I'm racing against, is a personal best. You can sort of see there, by the way, how, like, the gap that opens up because of the fast glider. But then, fuck, there's so much time that I can save. Even on that, like, really good first lap. Okay, so, fuck. That first corner is also really fucking annoying, because in order to take it really fast, you need to sort of overshoot the corner just a little bit, so you come out very slightly wide. And then you release the stick, hop, push the stick to the left, and then as you land you push to the right, and like it makes you swing out really fast, you don't lose any speed from going into a drift, and you also get a really good angle for going around the corner, and I've sort of stopped hitting it. Like, it sort of looks like that, except you go faster. Like, that's the angle, but it's not the speed. Also, I need to start paying attention to where I'm fucking starting this fast glider setup. So that was a bad angle, so I probably would have got it if I hadn't been quite so far in. I think I need to hold outward at the end of that drift, just a little bit. What the fuck was that? That was not a fast glider, but it was also not awful, I guess? That on the other hand. Is it too late? No. It'll probably take some time before you can sub 136, but... Dude, fuck. Yo, sup, ATEC? There we go. No. Too early. That's unfortunate. I saw that shit coming too, because I accidentally, I was a bit sluggish pushing left after the spinner. Like, you gotta... That spinner is actually kind of weird in how you have to handle it. Wide on that. That last corner of the apex is really, really deep into the corner, so that's why it's sort of so deceptive. Why it looks like I'm getting a good line on it, and then it just sort of falls apart. There we go. Oops. That was a very slow glider, holy shit. Yeah, you can sort of see how much better my last lap is compared to my second. One grade actually is good, it's just it's not as good as the Biddy Buggy. Before I started time traveling this track, the world record was Tanuki Mario, which is the same weight class as the Inkling Boy, with the splat cart and rollers, or something. Nope. Consistent purple sparks. I hold left or right. There's also a technique called soft drifting in this game where you can get maximum mini-turbo charge speed by holding, like, instead of fully left or right, you hold, like, slightly, not, like, 60 degrees up left or whatever, or up right. So you get a shallower drift, but the same mini-turbo charge speed. But it's not really important on this map. At least not in the parts where you get purple sparks. Oh, shit. The other thing that I'm not doing right is, when I get that first mini-turbo, I need to release it immediately, but I've been so used to doing it the old way, which is to just sort of release it a little bit after you get it. And that is why you do that. I just fucking fly ahead of my ghost. Oh, fuck me. Oops. Why don't I do a trick off the blue ramp? You talking about the glider? Because, there's a trick with the glider where if you hop in such a way that you sort of land on it at the top of your, hop height, you'll instantly go into max speed cannon. Max speed in the cannon. So you can sort of see my ghost just flies ahead of me there, that's because my ghost does it correctly. Most helpful suggestion I've got from a viewer? I don't really tend to get that many. Oops. I guess technically it's the current world record holder rocking up in chat and saying that he got a fast glider, because that kind of fucked everything over, I guess. Oh, if not for the fast glider, I'd probably have world record, because I've been consistently getting better runs than the world record in terms of like the rest of the track. It's just that I keep fucking up the fast glider, which saves enough time that it doesn't even matter that I've got good lines elsewhere. Oops. Fast glider is a thing that happens when you hop a certain way into a cannon. As implied by the name, it is fast. So you try to do it as much as you can. But on 200cc, it's also very, very difficult. You can sort of see my ghost just sort of flies ahead of me at the end there where I'm restarting. Yeah, so like I was ahead of my ghost, hit the glider, and now I'm behind my ghost because of that shit. Snarky. How is that snarky? That was a fast glider. Okay. I salvaged it. That was not a fast glider. Yo, what? A 0.2 second lap without a fast glider, excuse me? Dude, what? How? Okay, I want to take a look at this. Oh yeah, my lap 3 is really, really good in my run. It's a 0.16, which is better than the world record. So, basically that means if I'm, like, 0.27 ahead is a lot, and I did fuck up because I was so surprised, but... Okay. This was good. I mean, obviously the entire run was good aside from... Like, that was a slow glider. That was actually a slow... That wasn't just a normal glider, that was a slow glider. Okay, I gained a ton of time there for a little bit. And the last corner was basically perfect. Okay. So that's a 0.299, to be fair, so it's basically a 0.3. Without a fast glider. And then there's this shit. I lost way too much time here because I was so tight, but... What in the fuck? Mondre, that's a setup. I'm trying to make my fast gliders more consistent. Oops. Okay, that was too early. I've got a visual cue for that fast fighter setup now. And oh gosh. I'm probably gonna have lunch soon, so yay. Really tight, but I need to not be doing that on that one. Okay, that wasn't terrible. I think my visual cue is good, it's just, like, I need to actually hit it. Yes, Ralph. And that is very much the problem. It's not too difficult, it's just... yeah. Okay, actually... no, okay. What I want is to get the purple mini-turbo. I should just say your ultra mini-turbo because it's, like, easier. Or even UMT. So that was too tight, for example. Not terribly so, but... I mean, to be fair, gyro isn't ever going to work on this game because there are way too many cases where you need to immediately change direction, and you can only do that on a stick. You can't do that, or like a keyboard or something, which has its own problems. You can't do that in gyro. You can't, like, immediately change direction in, like, a split second. Okay, I used my visual cue and it worked. And then I fell off the track. Froggy, coins are extremely important, and doubly so because I'm using a lightweight. Lightweights get more out of coins than heavyweights, so... oh shit. Okay, well now that I've used my visual cue and it's worked, I'm actually quite happy because it means that I have the strats to sub elsewhere on the track. Okay, I was slightly too early, and I just missed it very slightly, so... Here's a fun little game. See if you can figure out what my visual cue is. I'm gonna keep going with this run even though it's garbage. Because I want to try it out with 10 coins. Well, 9 coins apparently. I'll give you a hint, it's on the right side of the screen. It's light on the wall, yeah. Okay, that didn't take long. It's the little... There's a red light on the wall next to the boost pad. And just as it disappears from the screen is where I want to be releasing my mini turbo. Of course, there's more to it than that, because I have to actually... Like, it's also dependent on your angle and all that. Mundre, if I can get 3 out of 3 fast gliders, 0.9 or whatever is free. Like, I've been getting really fucking good laps. Like, I've got a... My second lap was actually faster than the current world record. The current world record got 3 out of 3 fast gliders, I'm pretty sure. And it's... yeah, like, I now have splits that beat the world record and sub. Yo, what is... What? Yeah, alright, I think I'm sort of starting to fall off a bit, so I might call it quits in a bit and have some lunch. I might not go for the sub today. But now that I've found this setup that seems to at least be on the right track, I can definitely sub though. Like, I am definitely doing better than Nick's runs. Yeah. Also, I should probably apply for affiliate at some point. I haven't been streaming very much, so I don't qualify, even though obviously I would if I did stream more often. I have to see what happens. I think it'll probably be next month sometime. So yeah, I'm going to wind down a bit and just test out this setup a bit more. I'll stream more at the end of this month. I'm not sure exactly when, but I will. Oops. I'm not sure that was a pass card or not. I don't think it was, judging by how far ahead my ghost is right now. Technically, next month is where things start getting really busy for me, too, because I'm going to be going full-time into working on all my projects. But, part of working on them is actually, like, doing Twitch content, so... You can sort of see there how I was sort of wide coming out of the corner as I wanted to be. And because of that, like, I was able to get the fast release on the mini turbo, which makes a huge fucking difference. And then that happened. So, like, right there, that angle is good because even though it's wide out of the corner, it gives me a little bit of room on the right side to sort of swing around and get a better angle on the coins so that I don't have to... What the fuck? So I don't have to break as much. And you can sort of see, like, I go... Like, because I release early, I immediately fly ahead of my ghost. And then because I get a better angle, I get even further ahead. Oops. Oh. What did I just do? Okay. Alright. I think that'll do it for me, guys. Yeah, you can see why I'm having so much trouble beating my ghost, right? First lap is good. It's good. It's good enough, though. It's not so good that it's just gonna fly away from me, right? Second lap, I get a ton of time back, and it always feels good, because it's like, yeah, 0.6, I can beat that by, well, apparently 0.3 of a second now. Which, you know, by itself, if I'd got that 0.299 lap in that run, I would have subbed, as you can tell by the fact that it's 0.3 faster, and I only need to make up 0.293. But then the last fucking lap, like, what the shit? You know? That's... Yeah, like, I don't think I'm gonna be getting a god run like that without a setup, though. So... Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna have lunch, guys. I'm not gonna stream again today. Well, I probably won't anyway. So thanks for watching. And I will see you guys eventually.